Okay everybody, let's go through a quick rundown of how you can set up Find My iPad and also why you would want to set it up. So, how many of you here have ever had that situation come up where you can't find your iPad and you're panicked? Yes, nobody likes that, right? So one of the things that's really nice about an iPad is that it does have the ability to have GPS location services on, making it so that we can actually locate where the device is. So one of the things that we found is that having this on makes people a little bit less apprehensive about potentially losing their iPad because we can do a lot of things to help get it back, or at the very least to lock it down so nobody can use it otherwise. So let's go through the steps needed to accomplish this. To turn on Find My iPad, you need to have iCloud turned on. And how do you do this? Well, we need to go into the Settings app, and then scroll down the left side. We have a series of menus. We're going to choose iCloud. And just so that you know, iCloud is just an extension of your Apple ID, kind of like how Google Drive is an extension of your Gmail account. They all work together. But iCloud allows you to do some different things up in the cloud, which is the internet, so it doesn't have anything based on your computer or on your iPad itself. This is just something that's out there in the internet. That's why they call it the cloud. But nonetheless, to sign in, you're going to use your Apple ID up here in these boxes. So your Apple ID username, which would be your @uscstudents.org account most likely, and then also the same password that you set up for your Apple ID. This could be the same as your USC login, or it could be different depending on how you set it up. Once you click to sign in, it is then going to move us through here, and here we go. And you'll get a variety of options. So first off, on the left, you'll see that you're signed in because your account will actually be there. I have mine blocked out. But you'll have a variety of options up here on the right here that you're able to work with now within iCloud. There are a lot of different choices. To give you a quick rundown of a couple, iCloud Drive allows you to open up files kind of like Google Drive, in the sense that you can work on them from multiple places and they're going to sync to the cloud, which can be very nice. Actually, Notability has a great iCloud feature which you may be interested in using. It can also back up all of your photos. I'd say if you're taking 4,000 selfies, that's probably not something that you really need to back up, and students, you should not be doing that. That's more for the parents in case that's you who does that. But nonetheless, you could back up your photos if you would like. It will just automatically back up to your iCloud. You have 5 gigabytes of storage on that too, just so that you know that. Mail, contacts, calendars, you can if you would like. I personally am not really a huge fan of doing this, but nonetheless, here's what we need to know. We're going to bump all the way down here to, I'm going to skip calendars for this tutorial, and we're going to bump down to Find My iPad. You want to turn this on here, okay? Now, the two options you have in here are, first off, do you want Find My iPad on, which obviously I think you would like that to be, because that's what we're setting up right now. And just so you know how it works, this means that if you don't know where your iPad is, as long as it is on and it has some connection or some battery left, you're going to be able to find the location of it based upon location services being on. You can make it send a beep or do some other things, and I'll show you that in a minute. The other thing that I'd like you to turn on here, or I should say I would suggest that you turn on, is Send Last Location. This would mean, let's imagine you can't find your iPad and it's been gone for a few days, and you can't really even remember where the last place was that you had it. At some point in time, it is going to run out of battery. So what will happen is, when your battery is critically low, as long as it's still on, it's going to send a notification back to your Apple ID on iCloud, and I'll show you where in a second, telling you where it was last seen, which can be very, very helpful too. So we do want to turn that on as well. Now, let's say that you do lose your iPad and you want to use this whole Find My iPad feature. How can you do this? Well, here's what you would do. You would need to get onto any device, and you can go to www.icloud.com, sign in using your Apple ID and password, and then once you do that, you'll have these options available to you, where you can look at what you have on your iCloud calendar, what you have in your iCloud mail, all kinds of stuff. But most importantly for us right now, we have this Find My iPhone. Now it's all the same, iPhone, iPad option. If you choose that and then you click up here where it says All Devices, it will give you a listing of all the devices that you have. So let's say you have a phone and you have an iPad with the same accounts, you'd be able to access both of them. Click on the one that you would like to choose, and then you can do one of three things. You can either have it play a sound, so it'll make it beep in the location it is, which would be very good. And by the way, this is after it would tell you the location, and it's very cool how it looks. It opens up to maps. So let's say that you had this at your house, so it would actually have a map of your street, and it would show a dot at your house. But you can have it play a sound too, so let's say you know it's at your house, but you still can't find it. Well, we can make it beep. You could put it into lost mode, which would mean that it could lock it down. so somebody else couldn't use it, which basically keeps them out of it. That's something that we can also do, just so you know that on our end we can make it so that if it connects to wireless anywhere, that we can lock it down. And then finally, you can erase it. Let's say you have stuff on there that you really don't want people to get access to. You can erase all the content and settings on there as well. Keep in mind, if you're trying to hide something you did from the district still has records of most of that stuff. But in terms of if somebody takes something and you're worried that they're going to steal some of your information on there, you definitely could lock it down with that. So that's our quick little video here on how to set up and use Find My iPad, and also how to use a little bit of iCloud.